first time ever doing a moto vlog or anything like this. Pretty exciting. I think I got the camera angle down where I need it to be, but I'm not positive. And yes, guys, I'm out of shape. No sunglasses today. Alright. Guess we're just going to ride blind. Oh, look at her. Beautiful baby. Nice little cold start. Now you hear that thing burn. You if I can. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic. You should be good.
Me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to make no time to waste. Running through it with the young influence, adolescent presence, I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but the moves elusive, and I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winners when I know you're losing, so I work the winners and they throw the deuces. Guess I have to pivot, shooting no bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper cash, fuck a tax. That's a joke. Tell them laugh. Uncle Sam, fuck out the bag. Brody plot, we get a whack. Contract, give me the
Intro squad. What's up? Ooh. Ooh, what do we got here? Little RC 390. Ooh.
Yeah. Coming in. Yeah. Flex. I just wanna win. Yeah. LABB, who we running with? Yeah. 2233, I'm on 10 again. Yeah. State your name. Big been dope on flame. I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass. Slab on everything.
Alright, I see you. I see you. Not trying to flex or nothing, but boom. The Ducati, baby. Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about my Ducati Panigale V2 and what it's like to own a Ducati. And the long story short, the gist of it is it's freaking sweet. Yeah, what do you think of this bike?
Fast as
It's fast AF, boy. It's freaking sweet. Now, if you're buying a bike like this, the one thing I will mention is, if you're buying a bike like this to get girls, you're out of luck. You're spending a lot of money for no reason, because this bike ain't going to pick up many girls, I'll tell you that. You know, it's red. You put this right beside a CBR 300. You ask a girl, hey, what's the difference between these two bikes? She's not going to see it. You're better off just buying yourself a cheaper bike. But what I will tell you is this thing is a freaking dude magnet. Yo, do you get a chub when you look at this? Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely. You pull up anywhere, Walmart, Sheetz, whatever. There's any dudes, usually between like 14 and 35 years old. Yeah. That's what you get. That's what you're going to get right there. You get people asking questions and complimenting you. And I mean, if you're flashy, which I'm not even going to lie to you guys, I'm pretty flashy. So it's a plus for me. I like the attention. The bike is sweet. I mean, just the little details of it. I love the way the shock is on the side. You don't see that a lot. And of course, that's due to the single-sided swing arm. And just the paint, the exhaust, everything about this bike, it's so beautiful. And the second point I'd like to go over is like Danny mentioned, it's fast AF. The bike is fast as I'm not even going to lie to you guys. The fastest bike I owned before this was a Ninja 650. And even if you're coming off like a 600, you know, this thing will pull on a 600 all day, or 6, Ninja 636, Triumph Daytona. Yeah, you're going to pull on that. Now, if you're coming off riding leader bikes every day and stuff like that, then yeah, this might not feel that crazy to you, but if you're buying this as your first super sport, or even coming off a 600, it's going to feel quick. And if you do happen to ride leader bikes every day and you want to feel something quick, then you could go ahead and get yourself a V4 and you're going to be set. But another thing I'd like to quickly go over is the heat. You hear a lot of people talk about, oh, Ducatis are so hot, Ducatis run too hot, wah. People whining, people complaining, and then of course you get people that just don't know and ask questions, which is what I did before I had this bike. And we'll tell you the honest truth, the heat, it's not too bad, okay? As far as running temps go, I've been riding all day today. We hit the twisties. Were we getting on it?
We're getting on it.
We were getting on it. And this thing, it never even cracked 200. I mean, granted, I'm in Pennsylvania. It's not like scalding hot out here, but what I will say is the heat, the seat gets warm. If you plan on having kids anytime, then you might want to think about it, because your balls will be toasting. It's like putting them in the microwave, but it's livable. I mean, it's a Ducati. It's just part of it. Is the heat as bad as people say it is? No, it's not. It's not even close. It's very livable. The R6 that I have to compare to, because I get a ride a newer R6 pretty often. It's just as hot, really. I mean, the only difference is the seat, of course, because of where that exhaust is mounted. And of course, this applies to the V4, the 959, any Ducati Super Sport, modern Super Sport. I believe even the older Super Sports tend to get pretty toasty. And that's just part of having the bike. But it's livable. But you feel like a baller is the thing. This bike just gives you a feeling that no other bike I've been on really gives me. Especially looking at this dash. Look at this dash. Look at that. Come on. I mean, that is freaking sweet. You feel like you're in a video game. Definitely some video game status. And before you know it, you're going a lot faster than you should. The thing about this bike, I will say, with the twin and the way the character is you don't have to downshift like you typically would on a 600. You could just pick a gear and disappear, really. It has power everywhere. And the experience I'll give you with this particular V2, I can tell you, is I have my wheelie control all the way up currently, and that prevents it from wheeling. And when you're in first and second gear, if you start hammering on it, there's a little light that flashes that shows it's cutting power. And so it'll be cutting power in first and second. But then when you're already thinking like, man, I can't believe how fast I'm going. But then you hit third and it stops cutting power. And it's like if you ever see Star Wars in the Millennium Falcon when they go into light speed. That's what it feels like on this bike. And the thing is, this bike really does bring out your inner child. You know, I'm 20 years old. When I ride this bike, I'm probably the maturity level of, like, I don't know, 14-year-old or something. If you're 30 and you hop on this bike, I don't know, it might make you like an 18-year-old. It's going to make you a child. I mean, it's a Ducati. It is what it is. And I think a lot of people actually just sit them in their garage and are either A, have more money than sense and they don't know how to ride it, or B, I mean, it's just such a beautiful bike. Like, I'm going to put this bike in my room for the winter. I mean, it's a piece of art, really. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys about my experience owning a Ducati Panigale. It's great, especially being able to make this happen at 20 years old, you know. It really makes me feel like a baller. Feel pretty good about myself. And it's just such a beautiful bike. So another thing I'd like to mention is the maintenance. Now, I got this bike, I mean, obviously brand new because it's a V2, and the upload date of this Well, long story short, it's new, but point being, I haven't even had my first service yet. I was told that you need an oil change, I believe it was every 7,500 miles and then 15,000 miles. And every 15,000 miles is also your Desmo valve service. And if you don't know about what the Desmo valves are, I'll explain that in another video, but that could be expensive. I don't believe you could do any of the work yourself or you'll void the warranty, which I need to keep because I don't want to be paying for these parts. Ducati parts are expensive. I mean, if you want to get an idea of how expensive Ducati parts are, just go ahead and look up some OEM Ducati levers, all right? And compare those to the levers on an R6 or a Ninja 636. It's big difference. Oil changes, expensive. As far as my dealership out here in Pennsylvania, there's a wait time and they're closed due to the coronavirus, so I don't even know when I'm going to be able to get this bike in. And the first service is at 620 miles because that's 1,000 kilometers. So I might end up having to park this bike, unfortunately. But I mean, it is what it is. You can't void the warranty, but it's nothing too different than any normal bike. The only difference, the big difference, if you compare this to a typical 600 or 750 class bike, is the technology. The technology is just insane. And obviously the Ducati brand name means something to a lot of people. So the character of the twin, it's just a great all-around bike. Let me know if you guys own a Ducati and how your experience has been in the comments below, and let me know what you think of this bike.